and welcome to everyone. I am super happy to have with me today Oli Dierickx for this very special session. We were supposed to have this chat at the beginning of this year, and my apologies for that. I was sick, so I had to reschedule, but I'm so happy that we finally can have that wonderful, amazing, fiery conversation with Oli. So, guys, if you don't know me yet, I'm Kevin Morrow, aka Mr. Mingle. I'm a social catalyst, and I help my fellow misfits uncover their tribe by embracing their misfitness and their uniqueness. And today is not about me. But it's about wonderful misfits around the world, and especially one very special misfit in my heart, Oli. Oli, before we start, so as you can see, Oli is already all fired up, all shenanigans. But before I introduce Oli to you guys, maybe Oli, you would like to say a few words.
Well, first, thank you, Kevin, for inviting me. And by the way, I love very much your accent. You have a very much sexy French accent. So, my friends, thank you so much for attending live. And for the team replay, also welcome to our session. So, the first words are really welcome. This is a safe space. I will unpack a lot of things. Take a breath, take your cup of coffee or tea, and know that you are a remarkable leader. And so that's it. My first words. Thank you, Kevin.
You're so very welcome. And so guys, you probably got already a little bit of vibe of Oli. This man is not very serious in the very best sense of the word. He can be very serious about what he loves and about sharing and delivering love and care and wisdom. But it doesn't take himself too seriously, and we are at least two here in that case. So it's going to be quite fun, I believe. So just so you know, guys, feel free to comment at any point. Would love to see and read your comments. So we have Jackie and Jane that just plugged in, and Theodore himself, the French boxer himself. And so a little bit about Oli. So Oli is from this wonderful sibling country from France, Belgium. So he lives in one of my favorite cities of all, Brussels. It's one of my very, very favorite cities in the world. And just a little bit of him. So he's a Neurolanguage coach and a joyful nerd. He loves learning and he loves sharing and teaching. And in his bio, you could read things like he surrounds himself with a community of positive-minded people and enjoy feeling useful in his actions. And I feel that many people share that here in this container, in the people that follow this podcast or people from the Hounds. We have Phil that joined again. So we have Jackie and Phil from the Hounds. And Jane, you're not a Hound yet, but you are a sister in our hearts. And Oli, so I love what you say in your bio. Break the ice if you dare. I'm open. I love that you're double daring people to break the ice and connect with you. I feel it's very, very powerful. So that's the thing, something I would love to explore. You love people, from my understanding. You love interacting with people. You love surrounding yourself with positive, warm, heart-centered people. And that's something I'd love to explore a little bit. Let's drop the rest of the bio, and let's just start with my first question for you. How did you turn your passion for languages into a career?
Well, thank you for this question. And I'm really happy to reply to this question. But first, welcome everyone. I decided to focus right now in Kevin. I see the comments popping out, but it's if you have any question, I let Kevin curate them, and feel free, Kevin, to ask any question from the audience, because I want to be as interactive as possible. So first, let me tell you that it's not yet a career. It began probably 2 or 4 years ago, but as soon as I hear the word career, it's like income, and I don't have enough income, so that I'm still unemployed officially. Yet I desire to become more and more entrepreneur, and to work on myself, to receive the energy of the value that I bring on the table. So it's a bit of a really short. I'm not going to tell my whole life, because then we will be there for 36 hours or more. But let's say that after years and years and years of working and job seeking also, as administrative and secretary, and then trying my path in IT and becoming a training manager, I decided to focus more on the education and the language in 2019, when my contract was ended. And since 2019, of course, I could be ashamed, but this is what it is. I'm unemployed. And at the same time, I started in 2020 becoming a trainer, because I was seeing the training really inspiring. And in 2022, I was discovering an amazing community of neurolanguage coaches. And I decided to embark in this adventure to become a neurolanguage coach. So it stands for neuro, which is the brain, neuroscience, coaching, which is a better way of teaching, I think. Coaching is fostering autonomy, permission, certainty. Teaching is like, okay, I am the teacher, I deliver to you all the information into your brain. I find a metaphor with the goose brain, when you feed the goose and then you got foie gras, I think it's the same with teachers, but hopefully that it will change. And then coaching is more about the joy. And that's why my motto that I found really recently, probably less than a year ago, is connecting the brain with the heart. And my friends, there is the first brain in there. This is the gut, the intestine system. This is the first brain. The second brain to develop is the heart. And the third brain, of course, with a big B, is in there. But I think when you learn a language, you have to, of course, take this, but also take this. And some others will say, okay, take this, the whole body, because we need to embody. All the neurons are in the body. And when we learn with joy, we take the energy and we put on the table. When we learn with brain, it's like mental. And so that's why I embarked as a neuro language coach. So any other questions from you or from the audience? I totally forget to check on the chat or any comments, but you are free, Kevin, to ask any question from the audience. Thank you.
Don't worry, I got you. And so excellent bridge. So, guys, if you have any questions you'd like to ask Oli, now is the time. Don't hold back. Go full out. If you have any questions, I would love to transmit those questions to our friend and the star of today. And I'd like to welcome properly Jason and Jeffrey from the Hounds as well. That just joined us. So thank you guys. So we start to have the party, getting the party started. And thank you so much, Jane, for your comments. We really appreciate your support and feedback. And yeah, there's something you mentioned. I love that the head brain is actually the third brain, and definitely not the most important and the most useful, or leading us in the best direction, let's say. So thank you so much for mentioning that. Yeah, it's really really powerful. Yeah, and that's something I learned also quite recently, that actually our official brain, the big muck of grayish matter, actually it's useful. Don't get me wrong. Of course, it's useful, but you don't want that brain to be on the leading seat, right? You don't want that brain to be the driver. It's an excellent servant, but not such a good master. So yeah, apparently, yeah, it's kind of a hound party. That's the thing. When we flock together, hounds tend to create their parties wherever they go and wherever they roam and bark together. Okay, so let's come to another question of mine. So once again, guys, in the comments, in the audience, feel free to ask your own questions. I will be happy to ask them to Oli. But for now, I would love to know, how did you go from feeling broken to being self-empowered? Because I know at some point in your life you didn't feel so good about yourself. And I know that feeling so much. I had my own. Right, guys, you probably know a little bit about that, because I'm a huge fan of vulnerability, and I love disclosing, my own shortcomings and my own missteps. But still, not so many people are really ready to talk about that. And I'd love you to express a little bit about that. And we joked about it a few weeks ago. We both are very big fans of animes and movies, and like Disney stuff or Pixar, that kind of creations. And so the analogy was looking at Ice Age, the wonderful Ice Age series of movie, that you went from sick to Buck, then Sid Buck, like a combination, a Frankenstein style combination of both. So I'd love for you to explain a little bit about that. What was your journey from feeling broken to being self-empowered?
Well, thank you so much for this question, and feel free to mute yourself. I was thinking it's not easy to unpack 47 plus years of life, because I'm 47, within 1 or 247 seconds, but I will do my best. So, but first, for people who don't know Sid and Buck, Sid is kind of guy that is really alone. At the beginning of Ice Age, you see he's waking up like a sloth, and he's saying, "Oh, where is my family? They left me." You sound like the Maman j'ai raté l'avion in French. This kind of Macaulay Culkin who wakes up and realizes that all his parents are away without awareness. So he's alone, and then he goes to his adventures, and he finally a tribe of also Misfits people. So I was that kind of Sid, hopefully not as smelly as Sid, but it's I was really connecting with him because I was a misfit by essence. And then Buck, for the people that doesn't know, later I think it was on the third or the second episode, the third, with the dinosaurs. Buck is the kind of Sid, but who is really a bit paranoid also. So I'm not really ready to embark Buck, but he's more someone who is more confident, someone a bit crazy, of course, as Sid, but more confident. And so that's the path from Sid to Buck. And that's my metaphor also. And thank you for pointing me that, because I was not aware that of the Buck. So my 47 years of life. Well, I was born on the hottest day of the 20th century. Hopefully, it was in 76. And my mom delivered me in this world. Imperfect. Like I maybe you don't know, but if you see me clearly, there is something that is a bit weird there. It's because I am right eye blind. Not totally blind because I can see the light, but I don't see properly on the right eye. So I was already, as a young baby, imperfect. Lots of struggling in my health. And then I was embarking on my life with some traumas because I was not enough mature to really explain what happened in my life. So that's why my trauma came from. And my mom get ill. I was like, the key word also on this adventure is perception. Because as a child, I perceived a lot of things that were wrong. But the perception is not the reality. And I was not knowing. So I was thinking a lot of things. And my mom get ill. And at some point, sadly, she had a brain cancer and she left this world at 40 years old. And I was not 13 years old when she left this world. And it was challenging for me when I was a child and when I was an adolescent. And then, of course, after 89, when she was not anymore in this world. And then I was trying to succeed at school. My dad had a lot of expectations from me. Yet after my mom passing, I was failing at school. Not once, twice, three times, but four times in a row. I was 19 years old. I was of the fourth grade, and I decided to leave school because I was not, and I was also living an experience that I was really struggling. For 2 years, I was on the border school because, of course, my dad had to reorganize his life. So now I know all the things that it took probably 10, 15, 20 years to really make this puzzle, the big puzzle. But when I was a teenager, and later at 20, 25 years old, I was really struggling. So that's my life in a nutshell. I can unpack more as the question goes on, but this is where I start from. And to finish my sentence, I would say there was a before. Well, my mom was always my mom was always ill, but there was a before and after when they decided, my dad and my mom, to go to brain surgery to try to that's why also in the past I had hair and I decided now to have short hair. It's to remind myself that life is precious, because there was a time where I knew my mom with long hair. If you see, the best way to describe is when you see the famous singer Nana Mouskouri, the Greek singer, the long hair with the glasses also, and my mom without any hair. So, and that in itself caused me a lot of trauma. But of course, the illness of my mom, that was not able to move properly. So, but from now, I'm going to stop right now. And if you have any question, Kevin or the audience, feel free.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Oli. And yeah, that's it made me think, about that French expression, gueule cassée. And I feel like Jason mentioned, we are all imperfect in one way or another. And some of us are physically, visibly imperfect, whatever perfect might mean. And that's the thing. So I am absolutely in the same boat as you are. I was born with many defects, physical defects, and I had to go through life starting with that kind of handicap. But still, we are able to create beautiful lives for ourselves. And if the outer shell is not as shiny and smooth as others, well, we can dig deeper and make our inner shell shine much stronger, and really focus on what's in the inside and grow from the inside out. So I feel like that kind of starting life might feel extremely frustrating and come with a lot of hardships and challenges and trials. And at the same time, it gives you a wonderful opportunity to focus on what matters the most. Exactly as you mentioned, the hurt and the guts, and really digging deeper and kind of making up for the physical unsmoothness in a way. So yeah, I totally relate with you. I had my own many challenges on that side with eyes, but other ones, and I'm sure many others have had that. And I see Mike and Dee just joined. Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate your presence and your support. And so we have a question from Jane. So our first question. So guys in the audience, feel free to ask any questions you would like. So first one will be from Jane, and I'm so happy you asked that one, because it's one I usually plan to have if we have enough time, and usually I never reach that one. so I'm so glad I get to answer that one for once. So Oli, what would you say to your younger self, to your younger Sid?
Well, thank you first for this question, because it's a question that I like so much to ask to others. And for me, and I take a breath because I know I'm more embarking my body when I think about that. The message that I would like to say to my younger self is the message, in fact, that I received a bit too late, but it was needed at that time in 2016 or 17. The message is, you are not alone. You might have struggles, a lot of challenges, a lot of things that you don't understand what happens to you, and if you are going to overcome. Yet there are a lot of human beings and souls, I insist on that loves you as you are, and including your future self. Your future self is loving you for the fact that you are already alive, and that you do the best that you can at each given moment. The best that you can at each given moment. And that another message that I will say is, ask for help. Express your voice, ask for help. Because I can let the anecdote sink in later on, but at that time, when I was 8, 10, 12, 15 years old, I was not seeking for help. I was totally collapsed in my shell and not expressing my voice. And it took me probably 20 plus years to really express my voice and my needs. So that will be two parts of the message, that there are people that loves you as you are, and ask for help. That's it.
I love that one so much. And yeah, asking for help, it's such a huge one, and it doesn't come easy to so many people. There are many people very resistant to that for a number of reasons. So thank you. It's a beautiful, beautiful share. beautiful advice. And it absolutely resonates with what Jason said a little earlier, that when we misfits gather together to learn and grow together, incredible things happen. And that is so very true. And when we help each other, that magic literally happen. And I'd love to know, so it will be my third question. How did you uplift your life by surrounding yourself with positive friends? And I feel it's all linked, having the right people to help you, to reach out for help, the right people to learn from, to teach to. So who are them and how did you do that?
Well, thank you for this question, and I think that I'm still learning. I'm not yet Yoda, I'm still a young Padawan on that, because I'm really learning. It's not a checkbox. It's something that I have to practice again and again, daily, weekly, monthly, to really ground myself in that. So it's the first part is to choose wisely the persons that you are surrounding with. And it doesn't mean that there are bad persons. Of course, there are bad persons in the world. But somehow there are also good people in this world, but they are not really matching your energy, your skills, your competence, your desire. So for me, it's also to say, okay, selection, boundaries, for being surrounded by the people that uplift you. That doesn't mean that when I refuse, when I rebuke a person to come into my surroundings, that the person is bad. It's because the person doesn't have the energy that I connect with, or doesn't have the proper mindset. Because it's like also surrounding you with someone that is really rooted in the 9 to 5. I'm not going to ask advice to this kind of person if I want to grow myself in my entrepreneurial journey. I need to surround myself with entrepreneurs. That's the same, you it's like when I care for my health, I will seek a person who is holistically embracing health, not allopathically. The doctor that, okay, take your pill and make a band-aid. That's why choosing the right people is important, and also to have tapping in other currencies, because the thing that I really learned recently, and I'm still learning because it's an ongoing process, is that, of course, there is a currency of money. Every work deserves salary, of course. But at the same time, there is also the currency of time, the currency of collaboration, the currency of visibility, of exchange of service. Like, okay, you help me with that, and in exchange, I do that for you. And that's other currencies that I would like to tap more in order to receive. Because, of course, with our life, there are people that are struggling financially, that give money, and at the end they are depleted. And but in order to receive, it's also to realize that I am part of the universe. That it's not only saying for me to give money in order to receive, but also to allow me to receive help when someone could help me to grow. And that's why I decided to join the community, like the Hounds of Business from Mike. And that's why I met you, and that's why I connect with other people. It's to be on the same boat, the boat that is empowering other boats, not the Titanic, not the people that are sinking up down, because I see a lot of people that are uplifting themselves, but in lowering others. I see the metaphor of lotus flowers amazingly. we are all lotus flowers. Some of us are struggling to get out of the mud, but the lotus flowers are more empowered when they are all together and helping each other. Like the currency of love, the currency of time. Time is a currency that is not guaranteed. Hopefully, I can live 44 years, but we never know. I can also leave this world in 44 days. So it's okay. Each day at a time, what can I do to be of service? So that's my answer. And feel free to ask me other questions. I'm here to serve you.
Thank you so much for your answer. We have beautiful comments and feedback from what you just said. And I would love to welcome warmly Sindal and Christine. So unfortunately, guys, if you're on your phone, we can't see your comments. But we will see your comments later on, but we can't see it live. So maybe, Christine, so you might have had a question earlier, so feel free to ask it now as we can see it, and so I could transmit it to Oli. And while we wait, or Christine, or anyone else, right, guys, you are absolutely welcome to ask the questions you would like to talk to Oli. And so before we receive any one of those, I'd love to ask you this question because I feel it's totally linked to your transformation into buck, or at least becoming buckier, more buck. And so what helps you build confidence in a world that doesn't always embrace and respect diversity?
Wow, confidence. And first, of course, it's good to use metaphor, but of course, I don't want to become Buck because I feel like in the movie, Buck is a bit paranoia, a bit like on his own world. And I'm someone who is deeply connected with others. So it's good to use a metaphor, but at the same time, it's also good to detach ourselves from the metaphor. And then I feel like confidence is also not a checkbox. It's not like, okay, done, I have confidence. Okay. No, it's something that is building day after day. And it's like the best metaphor is like we are all boats in the ocean. And of course, the ocean has the waves. And sometimes the waves are challenging because we are really, and we are a bit stunned at some point. So it's also to confidence. It's to realize that no matter what happens in our life, of course, the worst that could happen is that we are leaving this world. But no matter what happens in our life, we have the control to do as much as we can. I cannot change the weather. Like you see, for instance, Jay had to leave a tornado, and it was struggling for him. But at the same time, it's okay. There is this that happens to me. What could I do? What is in my control? And the first thing is that we are 8 billion people in this world. There's always, always, always in this world someone, somewhere that could be of any help to you. First, you have to be aware that there is a struggle, of course. Then the second thing is that you can ask help. Because if you are blocking the receiving end, then nobody could help you. There are people that will probably jump within the moving sand to help you to go out of the moving sand. But of course, most of the people will say, okay, I will do the best I can, but I'm not going to put myself in the moving sand in order to help you because my own integrity is more important. So I love this metaphor that we are, sometimes we are up, sometimes we are down. Sometimes our light is lit up, sometimes our candle is lit off. And so that it's also when we are in the light, when we are empowered, our goal is not to go to the darkness, to take the other person and to bring into the light. our goal is to stay in our light and to say, okay, you have the solution to join me within the light. And I can help if you want, but you have to place the first step in order to be helped. And so building confidence is not easy. I don't have the secret formula, but at the same time, it's also to be in the position, okay, what can I do? And will I do the best that I can to overcome my challenge? And it took me years and years to learn that, and I'm not done. I think the done way is when we are done on Earth. There is no checkbox on that. So thank you for your question.
Yeah, you're so very welcome. And that was a beautiful, beautiful answer. And I know you don't read the comments for now, but you've been showered with love and respect and acknowledgement in the comments. So you will read that later on. But you are deeply loved, my friend. It shows. It definitely shows. And yeah, about that love, that the thing. So I would love to know. So I know some of you guys, and we just have Dr. New that just joined. And
welcome, Dr. New.
Some people here have had, amazing interactions with Oli, and Oli had massive positive impact on your life. Maybe he knows that, maybe he doesn't. So feel free, instead of a question, maybe if you have a feedback, if you have a specific story, about how Oli impacted your life. I love that. I've seen Christine mentioning that real quick. But guys, if you have something to share in that direction, some specific moment where Oli had your back, was here for you. So I would love to know about it, and we would all love to hear about it. And so we have another question from Jane. I believe Jane will be leaving. So thank you so much for your love and your beautiful question, Jane. So your second question now, and it's a question to both of us, but I will let you, Oli, focus on the answer. We will see if I have enough time to answer as well. So what are some of your recent proud moments?
Well, I could quote this one because it's the most recent proud moment, to be able to hold the space for everyone here and to connect with you and to share my journey so that it could be impactful. What I'm really proud is also that I do the best I can to embark in this journey. There were some moments of my life where, of course, I was not suicidal, but I was so depressed that I was thinking, this is it. I'm not going to continue really my life, and I give up. I was struggling. I was not suicidal, but I was really struggling. And so the proud moment, the most recent proud moment, is to be able to share my voice imperfectly, because there is also this, oh, I'm not perfect, I'm not good enough. But nobody is perfect, is good enough. And I think the best proud moment is to each day to wake up, to do the best I can to be of service to the world, and also to realize that it's not me, it's us. It's there will be a moment where I will leave this world. Until this moment, I can decide each day. It's a choice. to do the best that I can or to give up. And I decided to do the best that I can because I would like to see my life as a gem. You know, that there is this metaphor also that this is my crystal heart that I show so often. And I love this metaphor because in order to see this, it has cracks. The light goes behind, and you see the light going through that because there is cracks. And that's why imperfection at the end is the beautifulness of us all. It's because we are human and imperfect that we can shine in this world. So the moments that I'm proud, there are multiple moments, and a recent event that I'm proud and that will unleash in February, March is my desire to put on paper part of my story. I decided to be part of an anthology. It's still time, guys, but on the 2nd of February, it will be over, just saying. But you can join us. And it's led by Dr. Constance Leyland, CJ, for the people that knows. And it's the anthology Beyond Boundaries, Exploring the Gray Zone. And I will unfold in this chapter with 15, 20 other people parts of my story. And that's the things that I'm proud of, because I will tap in energies that I'm not usual to do, because I'm like people that knows me, I'm really aerial. I love to whoop whoop. I'm really angelic. I love to, but at the same time, there is another Oli that is waiting in the future, and an Oli that is more mature, that is able to say, okay, this was my fun time, and now this is my serious time. Because and I will be short, but my journey was so difficult and challenging that I was disconnected from my body, I was disconnected from my heart, and I was acting immaturely. Some people will know the expression passive aggressive. You know, I was a people pleaser. I'm still have, but I'm healing for that, setting boundaries. But I was not setting proper boundaries. So I said yes, 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 yes to all people. And when you say yes too often, it means that you might say no to you. And at some point, I was not able to handle all the yeses. And that means that I was passive aggressive. And I'm healing from that. So another Oli is waiting in the future. And there are probably billions and billions of versions of Oli. But now I'm really proud to embark in this adventure and to become this Oli that will emerge and that will be really even more mature and joyful also. So it's to decide to not always go in the motion, go in the flow, but also to be more mature and to know when I have to be serious. Because recently, probably 1 year ago, when I came into the hotel, I was like, "Hey, hello!" But of course, I'm at some places I'm not going now to go within a bank or within an hotel. You know, hello everyone. So I have to be more serious at some times to adapt to my environment, and that is hard work for me. But I'm happy to go with that and to become a better, a more mature Oli. So that's my answer. I hope I answered. Thank you.
I love that. And just my 2 cents on that topic. I don't believe you have to be more serious, but as long as it serves you and people around you, that's perfect. But I believe you could stay the not so serious Oli and still have massive impact. And the people that wouldn't like it or wouldn't be able to handle it, then it would be their loss. Yeah, you have
And
something to say?
Yeah, I raised my hand because something that I would like to share also to all of you, and also it's a good reminder for me that I learned in the process. Words matter. Not only words that we say to others, but also words that you say to yourself. And that's why I was also realizing that what you say is even more worthy than 2 cents. That's, by instance, that's an example of words. Like that's why I'm really more aware about the words that I say to others and the words that I say to myself. So it's not your 2 cents, it's your gem, for instance. It's your sparkle. It's really priceless. So I would like to just remind us of the power of the words.
Yeah, and that's a very very good point. So I have a belief that I know is shared with many people across the world that words don't just have power; they are power. The way the Scandinavian cultures, the Vikings and the like, they believed in the power of runes, right? In words, a world that had innate power. And I believe it's true in its way. It might not be exactly magic like the Vikings believed in, the runic magic, but still it has its own kind of magic. And the words we say to ourselves, as you mentioned, is extremely powerful. Way too powerful for our own good, usually. And it sometimes, yeah, it can be hard to shift from this serving ourselves with our words to serving ourselves to our words. And same, like the words we say to others and the words that others say to us are extremely powerful. So
Yes,
please.
and by instance, as you know me, I do it for probably 5 to 10 years. I love to play with words, and I love to use puns, by instance, that you know. And it's not from me this time, but I was really amazed by a friend of mine, Axel, who find an amazing thing because you know the word trauma, Trauma. It stands for the Traum in German, that is a dream. So Traum, dream, and it's something that are happening in our lives, and we try to find a meaning and to express. So some people are expressing healing trauma through art, through words, through hugs, through anything. And my friend found an amazing wordplay. It's like in French, trou ma. So it's trou means hole, HOLE, and ma is the thing that you see in the boat. You know the that holds the veils. You know the on the boat, and it's like, okay, I find a hole in my life, and I plant the ma, trou ma, in order to overcome this lack of meaning. So it's like to find our words, to find a meaning in this world, because there are now I see the puzzle, and I can say, okay, I might have other struggles in the future, but I'm more grounded because I see that all my life up till now, for 47 years, had meaning. And at the same time, it takes a while. And before we really see the full picture, then we are trying to find a meaning and to heal, no matter what, using anything. Because at the end, either we heal, either we are finding a way to cope. But some people was not able to find a meaning or to cope. Like my godfather was, he transitioned 15, 16 years ago. He had an heart attack, and he was deeply finding solutions into alcohol. So that's why I really crave, CRAVE, to see this world a better place for the youngsters. Because For decades, people were trying to cope lots of struggles, whatever it's about the war or the work condition of the state of the world, through alcohol, cigarettes, drugs, whatever. And the youngsters doesn't find nowadays a meaning in this world. We need to be the light for our youngsters because we need their energy in their bodies in the world. Because I see a lot of suicides for the youngsters, and that really breaks my heart because these youngsters are away. What will be left if they are going away? We need, in order to create a world where all the people are welcome, we need all the youngsters. And we need also to make the system accountable. Enough is enough. And if the COVID, the pandemic, was not there to give us a learning lesson, what's next? So we need to empower humanity. We need to say to youngsters, you are loved. Whoever you are, whatever you do, you are loved. That's the kind of message that I would have been happy to receive 30, 35 years ago. So that's it for me now. Any other question?
So yeah, we are slowly but surely coming to an end, guys. We would love to keep the conversation for hours, but we respect your time way too much, and we respect our time as well way too much. So we have only a few minutes left, but
I can be extending if you want. It's up to you. For me,
well,
I can
we
go
can
for.
maybe we can stay like a few extra minutes, but yeah, unfortunately, I won't be able to stay very no. But we started late, so let's catch up with at least 5 extra minutes.
Yeah.
So just before my last question, so guys, if you have any questions, know the time. Last call. If you want to ask any question to Oli, know the time. We had wonderful feedback, especially like people mention your songs that they love that you break in songs, and I feel it's so fascinating, as you mentioned, that you became really not addicted is the word that came to me, but it's not that. Really, that you embraced speaking your voice imperfectly, as you mentioned, like singing. You're not a professional singer, all right, but you still go your way and just share your love and with your voice and with beautiful, delightful songs. And people see that, and people acknowledge that and love you for that. So it's remarkable. So I'm not there. I'm still very ashamed, of my voice, and I don't dare singing in public for now yet. Let's say, but you've been able to go through that, so it's fascinating, right? Just I would like to make a very quick parenthesis. So Christine said officially she wants to be a hound. So guys, we are mostly, at least in the comments, we are amongst hounds for the majority, but I assume some of you are not hounds. Some of you might not know what the hounds are all about. So you could reach out to Mike, to D Grant, to Oli or I to explain to you a little more about that, or basically any other hound, right? But D Grant, Oli, and I are part of the Welcome Wagon of the Hounds, and Mike Ashabrana is a wonderful leader, the wonderful creator of that beautiful heart-centered community. But yeah. So if you want to know more, just reach out. And Christine, if you want in, you would be so happy to have you. So let's have a chat about that. So good thing we already have a chat scheduled, you and I. So let's do that. But now I would love Oli to know what's hot, what's cooking for you, what are you working on these days, what are you excited about these days. So what's up, Doc?
Well, thank you so much. What I'm excited about is first my collaboration as co-author in this book, Beyond Boundaries, from Dr. Constance Leyland. So just saying, it's always time, but up till 2nd February, feel free to contact her or to contact me to know more about that, because it really helps to deliver your message. So that's something that I will work since already a few days already, and in February. I also launched my membership, and this is something that I will do this evening. I will announce it on the video. I already show my commitment, because it's been probably weeks, months, probably more than a year that I was thinking about it. But now is the time. It's a membership that I called Love, because it's LAUGH, Language Alchemist United Group of Humans. And it's a space where you can practice, learn, and teach also languages. So that will be my membership. And aside that, I'm also running LinkedIn Lives on Tuesdays for languages and Saturdays for mental health, human connection. So feel free to go within my feed on my videos. You will see a lot of LinkedIn Lives. And at some point, I will gather all of these on my YouTube channel that I will build. And another thing, I'm running also LinkedIn audios. That was and still is for you a game changer. So the way that you can host your own audio sessions is to be a creator. Activate the creator mode on LinkedIn, and that allows you to host amazing spaces in audio for people to learn from you, your expertise, but also to allow people to share the stage with you. And I've been doing that since March of last year. And that is game changing, because I was networking a lot through these audio events, and I'm running them on a daily basis. There are some days that I'm not doing it, but most of the time I'm doing that. So LinkedIn audios, LinkedIn Lives, my Love membership, my book, and probably other collaborations. So that's it for me. That's boiling right now. I'm going to Sitges again. I was there for last year in March. I'm going to Spain, Barcelona, and Sitges in March this year to hug a lot of neurolanguage coaches in this amazing conference. And so unleashing a lot of things for 2024, probably also going to London, because I will show you something that is really new. Hopefully that I can reach it. Yeah. So that's my good news since few weeks. I have my passport. So I will be able in September, October to be in London, because of course with the Brexit I need a passport. So I'm really happy. That means also that I can be everywhere in the world if I would like. So that's the open door. So that's it for me. That is boiling, and you are always welcome to DM me, to send me an email, or to ask me any question. I'm happy to collaborate with you, to be the amazing fish, the super fish, and to ask you, if you are a monkey, the banana. That's really also more the things that I will do, because I was in my past life trying to be an accountant, trying to be in IT. I was failing to succeed in my IT bachelor, because I was realizing I'm more with human languages and not machine language. So I will be my superfish, my misfit superfish, and collaborate with giraffe or monkeys or anyone, so that we can build the world a better world where all human beings are included. Like this famous proverb, you can go fast, but you will be alone, or you can be further and you will be together at your own pace, at everyone's pace, but together we are stronger. So that's it for me. That is boiling.
I love that. Yeah, I love that so much, and I'm super excited about your new membership. I'm so happy for you. I'm so proud of you. And those events you mentioned, they seem to be really, really exciting. So yeah, I can't wait for you to have all of those hugs. And I hope we get to meet in person, not too long ago. Because yeah, I know you don't drink alcohol, but we will still meet over something, fancy, somewhat. And guys, from the Hounds, whether you're in Europe or farther, please tell us if you come over there. If you come to Belgium or France, just send us a message. We would be so happy to see you there. I know, Mike, it's on your radar to come to Europe sometime, so it would be amazing. I know you don't have any plans yet, but just a niche for now, just an eagerness. But feel free to come and satisfy this eagerness. And yeah, I'd love to finish with one quote I love so much, and I feel it really matches this conversation on many levels. So it's a quote from Groucho Marx, and blessed are the cracked because they sure let the light in.
I
And
love
I
it.
feel that however we feel cracked, we feel broken, we feel incomplete, flawed, whatever you call it. Actually, the best way to let the light in and then let the light out and show the world with your own special, unique light. And I feel it's very important. And I know you love that analogy as well, the kintsugi analogy, the wonderful art of kintsugi in Japan, which is the art of repairing porcelain with gold glue, not golden glue, actual gold glue. And so these porcelain pieces actually are much more beautiful after they've been repaired. So being broken sometimes is exactly the very best thing that could happen to you. Exactly as you mentioned, this true ma, finding your purpose through your traumas. I feel it's extremely powerful. Like my own purpose came from my hardships as a victim of bullying, right? It has been my defining moment, my origin story, and I turned it around, and now I'm helping others, other misfits, other victims from bullying, to create wonderful, exceptional social relationships. So actually, yeah, we can really turn it around. It's possible. It's not easy. It might take a long time, but it's possible.
Yeah, and if you don't mind, I would like also to say that first, we are not incomplete as we allow others to complete us, because we need others to see completion. We need others to be complete in humanity. We need others. And at the second thing that I was thinking is that there is a question that I would like to say to the audience. Are you going to be You are a drop in the ocean. There are lots of millions of drops around you. Are you going to be this positive drop that will help someone to not fall in the void? Or are you going to be this drop that says, "Oh, you are really crap, you are..." That's really important. We never know the impact that we will have on someone. Even few seconds, we can make the balance between putting someone down or empowering people. I love also. I have a role model that I love is Nick Vujicic, the man without arms and legs. He is advocating for stopping bullying, and he is making a lot of conferences at school since many, many, many years. And we need to be the advocate for preventing bullying, whether it's at school or at work. Because recently there was a Black woman that decided to took her life because of bullying at work. I don't know the name by heart, but it was really on the news. And sadly, what really breaks my heart is that it will happen in the future. I do hope that it will be less and less and less, and that people that are bullying will be accountable, so that the norm will not be people bullying. The norm will be that people that bullies will be taken accountable, and that we will see more people helping the bullied people to stand out and to say, this is not acceptable. So that's it, my final words for you. And I'm really happy to connect with any of you live on the audience or the replay team. Welcome.
Thank you so much for that. And I could go for quite a long time, but I really like what you mentioned on bullying. It's a very important topic to be addressed. Absolutely.
Because I was also bullied.
Yeah, and that's hardly a surprise. It's so very common. Like obviously, if you are different, and especially if you look different, kids will pick on you. That's a sad reality. But as you mentioned, we can write the story differently. I just wanted to welcome. So good thing we extended this call, because many people joined at the end. So we have CJ, Dr. Constance, we have Susanna, we have Russ, we have Carlito. So many people joined. So unfortunately, guys, we're just closing the call. You were here for the extra minutes. So we
it's
can
never
see
too late. It's just chocolate.
Absolutely, it's totally chocolate. So guys, thank you so much for joining. I was so happy to have this very special call with you, Oli. So next Wednesday, I will welcome Carlito, a new hound, a few days hound now. But really, thank you guys for showing Oli with so much love and respect and admiration. So you are beautiful, guys. Olive, you are loved. And guys, you are loved by Oli. This little man is full of love and is not afraid to share it as warmly as possible. So can't wait for those hugs.
Keep shining, everyone.
I see so many other beautiful comments, but now it's really time to go, unfortunately. But hopefully we will do a second round of this one. So, so Oli is fading away. So I wish you a wonderful week ahead, guys. Enjoy, love each other, love yourself, love whatever you can, love otters and fishes and birds in the sky. And teddy bears, obviously, even if they are, ragged, they are still deeply loved. So that's a beautiful image. And let's finish on this. So, guys, love you all. Only love you so deeply, and see you very soon. Bye bye. Bonne nuit.